The 2026 Dodge Durango SRT Hellcat returns with jailbreak models. Where have we heard that before? Because we talked about that last week in some spot photos that I got in some spot videos from like other accounts online that took some very interesting video of this. But there are some things I've been reading this article about the Durango Hellcat that's kind of got me concerned because there's no horsepower bump over the standard Hellcat. There's no red eye option. And apparently you might be able to do a one-of-one Durango Hellcat. And the thing is, how much will that cost? But we'll talk about it in this video right now. Okay, I'm over 50,000 friends, and the 57% of you guys who watch these videos over and over again, but haven't hit the subscribe button yet, help a butter out as I try to catch up the OC Motivator. Now, he is not in his bedroom. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not in the bedroom sharing a room with OC Motivator, but he is in a room across from me. So don't let him know that I'm trying to catch up to him. So help a butter out, subscribe to the channel, and let's get right into this Durango Hellcat. Now, I was reading this article right here, and it's really nothing much very interesting that I have not already covered in my previous video about the Durango Hellcat. Other than now we just know there's gonna be 6 different wheel options, 6 exterior paint options, 6 badge colors, 5 stripe options, and 4 brake caliper colors. I could have sworn I've seen somewhere else. Yeah, inside the car, there are 5 seat colors, 3 seat configurations, and 4 options for seat belts. There's also a special badge stamped into the carbon fiber to denote that it is a jailbreak edition. So this is just stuff that I've already seen photos of because I've seen photos of these suckers up close. I just couldn't share them because I don't want to get people in trouble and stuff. But it's just stuff that I've already know. But the thing that got me most interested is there is no horsepower bump. And that's one of the main things I'm gonna talk about in this video right here is that, and this is the same thing that Car and Driver notes in their article as well too. Unlike previous jailbreak models, such as the 2022 Charger and Challenger jailbreak editions, which got a 10 horsepower increase over the standard Hellcat models, the new versions of the Durango Hellcat keep their 710 horsepower rating. So there's no horsepower bump, which is one thing I'm kind of bummed out about because that was one thing I did not know because I knew these were gonna be regular Durango Hellcats, but who knows whether they're gonna do a horsepower increase, right? And so I was hoping that this was gonna be the case for the Durango Hellcat, but apparently not so this particular case, but there's still a hope. Because as I said, I'm here in Auburn Hills and there's a press conference in about, this is almost 7 a.m. now. So about 3-4 more hours, we're gonna be at a press conference and hopefully, fingers crossed, that they introduce more stage kits. And now that, you know, my dear friend Tim Kaniskis, he is now in charge of Direct Connection. And I know the one thing that was holding back the stage kits for Dodge to put into more vehicles, especially that in like Ram trucks like the TRX and stuff, was that they did not have the certification from the CARB. So now that CARB is eliminated and stuff, they should not have a problem with getting certifications for the Durango, for the TRX, and either other models and stuff. So I'm hoping that today, when we go to this press conference, that we will see stage kits to at least take the power of the Durango Hellcat to maybe like 750, something like that, right? They kind of, you know, at least bring more power to the Durango. I was hoping that it was done through software, and I was hoping that maybe they would do like maybe like a redesign of the hood or something like that to kind of pull out extra 10 horsepower. You know, kind of how they did when they went from what 2018, 2019, where they changed the hood up to the new design after the 2018 Demon came out. Because I was hoping there's gonna be a horsepower bump because what the 2015 to 2018 Hellcats had that 707, and then once they went after the Demon 170, or not Demon 170, but 2018 Demon, and then went to 2019 to 2023, they had like a 10 horsepower bump from 707 to 717. So I was hoping that maybe the Durango Hellcat would go from 710, 720, but hopefully, fingers crossed, that we will see a stage kit that probably take it to about 757 somewhere right now, 767, somewhere in that ballpark, because they can simply just use a stage kit to increase the power. And then the second problem I have is that there is no red-eye Durango still. And I mean, we've already leaked, me and TK have already leaked, what, months ago, that yeah, the Durango is gonna be staying around until about 2028, 2029, based off internal documents that Stellantis has actually put out there and stuff. And I know people are gonna say that, oh, they're breaking that the Durango is gonna be staying around 2029. We've already shared the documents months ago. But that's gonna be the interesting thing is like, if you know the Durango staying around, what, the 2026 model year is coming up, I think it said August. Yeah, so you got 2026, 27, 28, 29, you got about 4 more years of the Durango Hellcat. Okay, maybe not this year you have a red-eye version of the Durango Hellcat, but at least in the last 3 years, they can make a red-eye Durango Hellcat and give people that option and stuff. And then I'm just hoping that now that we know that there's gonna be no carb fines anymore, no cafe fines, and they're working on repealing pretty much all emissions period out of these vehicles and stuff, prices should come down. And I was watching some of you guys' comments and stuff in my other video where I'm gonna ask Tim Knesset and Matt McNair questions, and pricing seems to be the #1 thing that people are concerned about. And having a jailbreak Durango Hellcat, only thing they're gonna do is just increase the price because you gotta add options to it in order to get the jailbreak effect. And so I'm hoping that Dodge will either just lower the prices down or bring back power dollars, right? Bring back power dollars and give people $7,000, $8,000, $9,000 off a sticker. That way you can kind of eat into that jailbreak cost for a vehicle that's been a Durango Hellcat with 2021, skip 2022, they got sued in 2023, 24, 25. Durango Hellcat been around for 4 years. 4 years, no horsepower bump. So hopefully, like I said, we'll see either a stage kit or maybe a software, you know, flash, whatever, in the future, the once emissions, all that stuff get taken care of, and just bump up all the damn Durangos, 10, 15 horsepower, whatever. Or hopefully we'll see next year a red-eye Durango. I'm hoping something of that effect. And then I think the last part was I seen somewhere where it said that that purple Durango that was seen in photos and stuff, that's actually a one-of-one Durango from the jailbreak program that was, it's getting kind of confusing what they call it a jailbreak, right? Because you have one thing with the 2023 Challengers and Chargers, just basically just having the unrestriction of options, that was a jailbreak. And then on Demon 170, you had like 40 people had the option to jailbreak their 2023 Demon 170s, but it only applied to paint, the custom paint colors, right? And then now with the Durango Hellcat, you have a jailbreak option to unlock all the colors. And then now there's another option that I read that there's an option to actually jailbreak the color for a one-on-one program. So I had to stop the video for a second, but yeah, this is on Mopar Insiders. And that's not enough. Dodge is extending its Custom Color Concierge program to select Durango buyers. This special option, first seen in the Challenger Demon 170, allows the customer to work directly with Dodge to create a nearly one-of-one exterior color, open the door to truly unique builds. You're gonna have select buyers. I'm like, who in the world is a person who selects who's allowed to do these one-on-one colors? And that's the one thing that kind of pissed off some Demon 170 owners, because a lot of people who were able to do this one-on-one color scheme were only people who were friends with Dodge, right? Literally everybody, because I mean, I can't say the owners, but I know, let's say at least 3/4 of the owners who have jailbreak Dodges, Demon 170s, to where they was selected for that paint program and stuff. All of them were basically friends with Dodge or celebrities and stuff, right? So it's like, who makes this determination? Why is there not an application program for anyone to go submit their application, their bid, to have a one-on-one car? And so I think that's something that I'm gonna ask Dodge about this, since this is something that Mopar Insiders have put out there. Why not have a selection program to do this? But this is very interesting indeed, but I'm definitely gonna ask, you know, Dodge's CEO whether or not they're gonna do any kind of like increases of horsepower for the Durango Hellcat or something like power dollars, something like that. But I will ask them in person about this later on today and give you guys that answer in a future video. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Are you excited that a Durango Hellcat jailbreak is coming? Do you guys think that's going to be very cost effective? How much you guys think it's going to cost? Because a regular standard Hellcat Durango in 2025 was like $86,000, and then the special edition was like $100-some-thousand. So how much you think you guys are going to be able to spend on a Durango Hellcat jailbreak, literally with the exact same horsepower as it's been for the last like 4 or 5 years? But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. And until the next time, I am out, and I got to make sure I don't wake up OC Motivator. So peace.